Hello and welcome to Community Distance Reiki. I'm Danielle Stimpson of Learn Reiki Philadelphia, and I'm so glad that you are here to sit with me today and get some crystal and Reiki healing. Welcome to everyone who is new, and welcome back to everyone who is returning. If you're watching this on the replay, know that you're guaranteed just as fun and healing a time as if you were here live. But if you would like to join me live, go ahead and check out that description box below. And you can see all the days and times that I am here for you. There's also information about my online Reiki classes, community Discord, crystal shop, and social media. So let's go ahead and start diving right into it. We'll start with the first half an hour to 40 minutes, building a beautiful crystal grid to all of your requests. And at about that point, we will transition into a quick explanation of what Reiki is, a little of what to expect, and then we'll go right into the healing, where I will turn the music up, turn the lights down, and send healing to you whenever and wherever you happen to be. If you are watching this on the replay and you do want to skip ahead to the healing, go ahead to about the 40 to 45 minute point, and when you notice the lights starting to turn down, that'll be your cue to go ahead and just sit back and enjoy. So yeah, welcome in everyone. Grace, Margot, ABC, I'm glad to see everybody. Let's go in. I started a little crystal grid for you, and we'll take it from there. So let's see what we have. Okay, so I've started us off with some copper, as always, to go ahead and get the energy moving, break up any blockages. There we go. I've also kept some citrine there from the 4 o'clock stream. I feel like we use it quite a bit, and when is it ever really a bad thing to have? Citrine helps to balance logic and intellect so that we can bring in a really harmonious view using both of our skill sets as far as bringing in information and making decisions in a very well-rounded kind of way. As far as wealth and bringing in some financial stability, citrine is one of the best stones for inviting in financial abundance. So that's why we often use it. So we'll go ahead and we'll keep that right in the center, and I'll start building around everyone's requests. If you are here live, go ahead and hit that live chat button. You can request specific stones or around a healing theme. You can be very specific or very general. Doesn't matter to me. And yeah, I will absolutely happily pick out stones for you if you're not sure which ones you'd like. And so Grace, we have Indigo Gabbro, green calcite. I was going to grab green calcite for Margot, so that's perfect. Yeah, so we have Indigo Gabbro, green calcite, rose quartz, and your healing intention is for heart healing and finding love. Absolutely. I'm also going to bring in one extra for the finding love. And Indigo Gabbro, green calcite. Indigo Gabbro it also goes by the name Mystic Merlinite. Indigo Gabbro helps us to see, notice, and understand the ways in which we get in our own way. I like to summarize it as it reveals our detrimental tendencies, whether they're deeply ingrained in just our attitudes, behaviors, and beliefs, whether it's something we just happen to do and we didn't even realize it. This is a stone that can help show those things to you. It's wonderful if you're feeling kind of stuck, or if you keep experiencing the same kind of situations over and over again, the same kinds of roadblocks, the same kinds of issues in relationships. This can help show you where you might have some ability and foresight, or give you some new foresight to see how you can begin to adjust how you deal with these things and bring them through, so that you can start to make some changes and see some positive results in your life. So let's go ahead and bring some in. It's a very intuitive stone, but it's also very grounded. It's this light purple and black. And it really does showcase the black stones are often protective, introspective, and help us to kind of do shadow work. That's the work that has to do with seeing the sides of ourselves that aren't readily apparent, and the sides of ourselves and our tendencies that we'd rather not see. So it helps us to do our own dirty work. And then bringing in the purple and the intuitive, helping to balance spiritual and deep human behavior kinds of tendencies. So I'm glad that you requested it. Welcome back, Fawn. Oh, good stuff, ABC. Let's see. Yeah, you had green calcite, rose quartz. Gotcha. Rose quartz is a very high vibrational stone. We use it all the time. It's very commonly found in the West, particularly throughout the United States. This is a stone that is abundantly overwhelming with positive energy, good love, light energy. It can be a bit intense if you're really struggling. And I feel like we don't often talk about that. Like sometimes we just need to kind of be in our grief, and sometimes that flooding, overwhelming love is helpful, and sometimes it's almost a little bit dissonant to what we're going through. It's okay to kind of put your rose quartz down for a minute and then pick it up later. But rose quartz is super high vibrational heart energy that helps us to invite more unconditional love into our lives. Helps us to begin to recognize unconditional love if it's something we've not experienced before. And can give us lots more unconditional love to share with others if we feel depleted. So there we go. Green calcite. There's so many great qualities of green calcite. This is one that I find deeply calming. Like, to what Margot had requested, deep peace in your heart, this is the first stone that came to mind. Green calcite's also great for releasing tension that we're holding physically in our body. So tension headaches, or if you get stressed and you put tension in your jaw, in your back, this is a great stone to keep around. It's also just generally calming, reassuring, and it helps to kind of ground nervousness. So this can be a great stone for anybody that's struggling with things like anxiety as well. We'll put that right in the center. For Grace's intention around manifesting love and having finding love, finding a partner, Moonstone can be very, very helpful with that. Moonstone comes in many different colors. Rainbow Moonstone is much more white. It actually looks like white labradorite because it is. Traditional Moonstone or peach Moonstone, this particular style of Moonstone is very closely related to both of the other kinds. This is one that helps us to connect with the cycles and rhythms and patterns of nature, as well as connect with divine timing. It also helps us to connect with ancient wisdom and divine femininity. It's a stone that I would equate quite a bit with the High Priestess Tarot card. But yeah, it's also very helpful in attracting love, bringing love into your life. So let's go ahead and bring that in. Fantastic. Also, if you're doing any kind of moon magic, lunar work, working with the lunar cycles, Moonstone can be very helpful. And we also have peace in your heart. Glad you're here. You're here again. I'll continue adding around that intention too. Self-love, self-confidence, getting promoted and respected at work. I'm going to bring in Amazonite. excellent for self-respect and self-care, seeing that we need self-care and we're worthy of care ourselves. It's a huge caregiver stone. This is my favorite stone to give to like nurses, moms, hospice workers, even and especially folks who work in support of like animal rescue, anybody who just is that natural caregiver. This can be immensely helpful for reminding them that it's okay to take time for themselves. But yeah, as for self-respect, absolutely, it helps you see the intrinsic value within yourself. It's also excellent for things like luck, like winnings. So if you're looking for kind of a lucky stone, this is one of them. Also helps with neuro issues, especially around the spine and the nerves, and calming in general. So let's go ahead and bring some of this in. Let's go ahead and bring in some of the bigger pieces. Amazonite. Maybe we'll bring in some more later. To get promoted at work to, Amazonite for self-respect, absolutely. Absolutely. And I can type it in the chat for you so you can, yeah, Amazonite. Another one, because there's a few stones that are good. Another one that popped to mind was aventurine. And this just goes to showcase how different stones can look when they're tumbled versus raw. This is Amazonite. Amazonite helps us expand the vision we hold of ourselves. So if we're getting in our own way in a little bit of a different way than Indigo Gabbro, but Indigo Gabbro can definitely help. But when we think of ourselves here and really we're up here, this is a stone that helps us recognize that. It's especially good for folks who were kind of like browbeaten or bullied as a kid, or if you've been in a toxic work environment or relationship where your opinion of yourself is artificially low. This can help repair those wounds in the heart around that. It's also helpful for just in general seeing yourself in a new light, seeing your real potential. It's also used a lot for fertility and for allergies too. Hey, Mary Sue, it's beautiful to see you. I'm so glad you're here. Let's see, how do we want to bring this one in? Let's go ahead and bring in, yeah, so that is green aventurine. Yeah, aventurine is a very easy to find stone. Amazonite too, but aventurine can be fairly affordable to find too. I used to have a candle holder that was just a solid piece of green aventurine that just had like a whole board in it for a candle to rest. And it was very helpful in starting to see myself as capable and able. Which everyone else knew I was, but it was news to me. Okay, there we go. Green aventurine. I have tons of it all over the place. When these crystals find you over and over again, you know it's a stone you could really use. Hi, Sarah. Good to see you. Awesome. So let's see. Feel free to request any more too. There's no limit to what we can add. Finding true relationships, absolutely. Also finding, helping with career advancement too. Gotcha. There's two that are perfect for that ABC. So finding a stone that we can help us find our true relationships, friends, family, better half. Gotcha. So we've got Moonstone to help call in that love, to have relationships based on truth, honesty, and integrity. Also helps with things like decluttering and organization, and can even help things like inflammation. Lapis. So this is Lapis. I love it for all of those things. It's great if you want to, start looking for that workplace where you can be in your highest integrity and you're working with people in their highest integrity. If you're looking for people in your life to embody that, and if you're looking to grow those skills within yourself, it's a great stone to work with. Amethyst and Herkimer. Problems with money. You got it. Problems with money. We do have some Citrine out already, which is helpful. And a job. Okay. Lapis. Lapis Lazuli. Or it's actually pronounced Lazuli, but in the West I usually hear it Lazuli. So I'll type it in the chat. Yeah, that's how you spell it. A lot of the stones that you'll find now, and this is probably a good idea for a side video, more folks are talking about stones that are like fake or masquerading as something else. That's not as often the case as some folks would say it is. Oftentimes stones are just altered, or they might not look the way one would expect. With lapis, the best like deep blue lapis like this I've had for many years, and this is from Afghanistan, and it's deep blue and it's got that pyrite in it. A lot of the lapis you'll find now is from Chile, which is where I would buy it from, because I mean, with what's going on in Afghanistan now, I kind of don't want to support that. So yeah, but a lot of the lapis that comes from Chile is mostly, like, it's more gray than blue. So to make it look better, it's dyed. It's given a chemical treatment. And just wanted to bring that up because it's fine. It'll still work just fine as a crystal. Whether it's more gray, whether it's been dyed, it'll still work just fine. It's still spiritually the same thing. Just this is one of the many reasons I don't suggest putting stones in water and then ingesting them, because it's really hard to see, unless you have a very trained eye, what's going on with a stone. I worked on Jewelers Row. I had some of the most experienced gemologists and jewelers around right at my beck and call for years, and they taught me a lot, and I absolutely will never put a stone in water and drink it. So just putting that out there. Do what you're gonna do, but that's one of the reasons. Another stone that can help with bringing in colleagues and friends and love interests that are in your best, highest good is honey calcite, which is another really beautiful stone. It helps with optimism in challenging times. It helps with balancing our sense of self with our sense of relationship and how we relate to others in the space we hold for them. So it's very balancing of the sacral and solar plexus chakras. And as a calcite, just like the green calcite, as a calcite, it can also be helpful for anybody with bone density issues, which is something I struggle with too. Let's see, let's put that here and here. So that's honey calcite. And let's see, Amethyst Herkimer. Yeah, it does work well with aventurine. I agree. Amethyst, Herkimer, and money. Gotcha. Herkimer. Amethyst. Amethyst is helpful in just so many ways. The ways that I feel like a lot of my clients work with it more has to do with the responsibilities, being responsible for things that are your responsibility and allowing other people's responsibilities to be left for them to take care of. in that regard, it can be helpful with balancing boundaries, and in a very spiritual way, not in like, okay, this is my line in the sand, but more because that's got its place and that's absolutely fine. But this is more like, oh, spiritually, I need to be able to live up to my things, and spiritually, I need to leave space for somebody else to live up to theirs. So in that regard, it's excellent for anyone doing work around addictions, recovery, 12 steps, if that's something that comes up there. This is a stone that's often associated with 12-step groups, but it's also excellent for opening up our intuitive senses and our connection to spirit in a way that's deeply supported and slow and measured, but still very fulfilling. So, wonderful stone there. Where shall we put you? Let's do under the Moonstone. There we go. I feel like they work well together. Herkimer helps with manifesting, especially if we want to connect with what's in the spiritual highest good of ourself and anyone else involved in what we're requesting. It helps to take into account not just, okay, universe, this is what I want or need, but more, this is what I'm looking to bring into my life, how I'm looking to serve, and I'm looking for the most spiritually harmonious version of that, looking for a balanced and measured relationship than just sort of like, universe, I need or want this. Let's just balance this out. So that's Herkimer. It's also great for balancing metabolism and harmonizing energies that kind of clash. It can be really great for that. It can be a good one to give to, say, somebody that is now living with someone that they don't know very well, like a college dorm sort of situation. For money management and making the most of your money, we have Iolite, which we work with quite a bit for that. Iolite helps with making the most out of what we have now, creating financial plans and having a structure for success. This is also helpful for sleep disturbances, especially if they're connected to intuitive abilities, as well as shamanic work, visionary meditation, and even weight loss. So it's one that we use quite a bit. Let's see. Yeah, let's leave that maybe here. We'll put these here for now. Stay there. Okay. Increase physical energy and enthusiasm. I love that one. Hey, Lisa, welcome in. If you have any requests for healing, specific, general, let me know. Happy to pick a crystal for you, or you can request a specific crystal. Also for money, we have Citrine. Let me make sure I didn't miss any here. Getting promoted too. Okay. Physical energy and enthusiasm. And okay. I'm going to say for physical energy, oh, absolutely. For physical energy, I really like rutilated quartz. Rutilated quartz is clear quartz with these sort of gold-like rutils running through them. Let me see if I can find a good example. So here is clear quartz with these, in this case, golden rutils running through it, but they can also be like a silvery kind of gray. This is thought to direct the healing exactly where it needs to go and can really balance heart, mind, body. It's also great for keeping our energy high or recovering our physical energy after illness and injury. So it's one that can be quite energizing. We also have this is Bumblebee Jasper right here on top. Bumblebee Jasper is one that is very enlivening. It gives you tons of energy, lots of motivation. It's one that can really kind of put a pep in your step. Another one that you definitely do not want to put in direct water infusions. It has a high concentration of, oh, goodness, my brain this evening. Arsenic. It has a high concentration of arsenic. To balance the energies here, I kind of want to bring in, this is a rutilated quartz that is a little bit bigger and more dramatic, and I feel like the energy of these two balances really well. So I'm going to put them kind of juxtaposed. There we go. And rutilated. I'll type that out. That's a hard one to kind of get over sound. Yeah, I hear the thunder too. Is that thunder? Whatever it is, it's loud. Yeah, it's... yeah, whatever it is, it just sounds like it's rolling and rolling. Okay, let's see. Rutilated. No thunder in Rhode Island. Yeah, me and Grace are both in Philly. I'm in Southwest Philly. Doesn't sound like any thunder I've heard. It's really strange. Almost sounds more like fireworks. Let's see. I think we're doing well. Oh, another one for motivation and energy, and then we'll dive right into the healing. Polychrome Jasper. Coming to us from Madagascar. This is one that helps us to gain energy and motivation around our soul's purpose. Yeah, it's nonstop. It's almost rhythmic. It's like boom, boom, boom. You hear it in Roxborough too? Okay. For those of you farther away, these are many miles apart, very different parts of the city that we're located in. But yeah, this is Polychrome Jasper, which can come in a number of different colors. It is excellent, like I said, as a motivator. It keeps us feeling motivated to continue going on our soul's journey and can put energy in our step, get us excited and enlivened about new possibilities in our current line or new line of work or new soul's purpose. With the thunder sounds, if I do end up just cutting out, it's probably weather and power related. Just know that. Don't worry, I'll be fine. But yeah, that's Polychrome Jasper. Let's do... Yeah, if this is thunder, I've never heard thunder like this. But I'm in the Northeast, so maybe other folks, hey Prudence Jane, maybe folks in other parts of the country or the world have heard thunder like this. Let's balance it out. And for promotion at work, I want to throw in one more. Anxiety and nervousness, absolutely. Green calcite. Green calcite is for anxiety, nervousness, opening our heart as well. It eases anxiety on like a really deep level too, but it also helps to release physical tension. So like when we have stress and things showing up in our physical body, it can help ground that. Like if it's showing up in our body as tension. Also very much for nervousness. Also for new jobs, gigs, and potential for promotion is Tormalinated Quartz, which looks very similar to the Rutilated, but it's got streaks of black tourmaline. And they can be larger streaks or thinner streaks, so it can look a lot of different ways. This is one that has a lot of healing capacity. Black tourmaline helps to deflect negative energy. And when it's going through clear quartz like this, it can help to release, again, nervous energy. So this would also be in support of Prudence Jane. But it's a wonderful stone for bringing in promotion, new jobs, new gigs, new avenues of financial gain, but also career advancement. Lapis is excellent for career advancement. So for being promoted. And this is also a good one for things like scar tissue, and nerve problems as well. Let's do this. Yeah, absolutely. I'm going to put that here for now. For Rutilated, I'm going to put one here and one here. For Tormalinated, I'm going to put this one here and this one here. And let's see. Patience. Ah, gotcha. Patience, Dumotierite. Dumotierite helps with anger, resentment, frustration, just like white howlite does as well. But this can help us to kind of not only stand up for ourselves, but also to stand in our purpose and wait for a little bit more divine timing. Moonstone can help with divine timing as well, but this is one that can really help with anger, frustration, especially around the timing that it takes for things, and to be a little bit more patient in waiting for things to kind of come around to our best, highest good. You're totally welcome. But yeah, this is a great stone for things like tidiness as well. Situations that seem hopeless, it's often thought of. Nervous dogs. This is another one that's used often in animal healing. But yeah, Uranus-like energy is how I always think of it. Uranus energy is like chaos, the planet Uranus. It can be a very chaotic kind of energy, and this can be very helpful. There we go. Awesome. Okay, I think I got everybody. Oh, let's see. Clarity and making decisions. Absolutely. Mookaite is great for making decisions and accepting change. So it's actually one that I keep around a lot when I'm decluttering because it helps me make those decisions about what I want to keep and let go of really quickly. Yeah, this is a lot brighter a grid than it was a few hours ago. It's amazing how the energy has shifted, right? But yeah, so this is... Mookaite's also great for immune boosting. It's thought to be really helpful for that. It also goes by the name Australia Jasper. Let's see. And clarity. Those skies sound intense. I have never heard thunder like this in my life, so this is interesting. I'm gonna go with Chevron Amethyst. This helps connect us directly to spirit so that we can pull through the messages that are meant to connect with us and feel like this sense of what's connecting with our greatest good, with also bringing in that spiritual connection. Yeah, Grace, it's your first time hearing thunder like this too. Yeah. You're in the Northeast too, Lisa? Hi, Shakina. Welcome back. Glad you're here. Just a heads up for those of you just joining us, there is some wild... Oh, rain has been crazy in Ohio, Lisa? You thought Mookaite only came in gray and white. Oh, Mookaite comes in a lot of different colors. A lot of Jaspers do. Like, this is like a yellow and red, and I've seen like red and gray, and it's sort of like... It's sort of like how Polychrome comes in a lot of colors. Mookaite can come in a lot of colors. But yeah, so this is Chevron Amethyst. Also great for things like journey work, any kind of visionary work, visionary meditation. It's also thought to be useful for anything that's like a degenerative disease, and as well as tolerance of others. So I know we had a request about patience. This can help with that too. You have a yellow Mookaite? And I like that they're close to the Iolite because Iolite has that very spiritual, intuitive connection to it. It's a really beautiful balance that I haven't done before this evening. I love doing community distance Reiki for so many reasons. One of them is absolutely that I get to use stones in combinations I never would have thought of otherwise. And I think we are good. But yeah, those of you that are just joining us, there's a ton of thunder and things going on where I'm at. So if I suddenly lose connection, if I suddenly disappear, that's why. It's nothing personal. So I'm going to go ahead and think of a couple of stones that would be really helpful during our session based on the crystals you all have requested. Y'all will vote on them. And while you're voting on them, I will explain what Reiki is, a little of what to expect, and then we will dive right into the healing where I'll turn the music up and the lights down, and I will just send the Reiki to you whenever and wherever you happen to be. But let me take a peek and see what stones come out for all of us. Oh, Lisa, you lost power Wednesday? Oof. I hope it wasn't for long. Let's see what we have. Okay, 2 to 3 hours isn't bad. First one that I want to suggest is blue kyanite. This one helps with radical self-acceptance, accepting ourselves exactly as we are. It's also incredible for things like spiritual understanding, so understanding the messages that we're getting. So for things like clarity, for those of you who had like some spiritual kind of request or anything about uncertainty, this can be really helpful. So that's blue kyanite. The other is Bloodstone, which also goes by the name heliotrope. This helps with stamina, but it also helps with perseverance and self-doubt. So anytime that you are struggling with despair or you feel like you just can't go on, so it's sort of like the emotional stuff hits the fan kind of stone. This is also a great stone for quieting the mind and to help us keep going despite difficulties, but especially the self-doubt. I feel like that could be in alignment with a lot of us. So vote on which one you like, and just a hint, you're not limited to just one vote. So you can vote as many times as you want. And I will put these aside. Oh, Lisa, it was a bonker storm. Yeah, I think we might be getting a little bit of that here. But yeah, so I'm going to quickly explain what Reiki is all about. Go ahead and vote and it's blue kyanite or bloodstone. If you haven't already liked the stream, please consider doing so. And I'm just going to share a little bit about what Reiki is for those who are new. So as I mentioned at the top of the hour, my name is DanielleStimpson, and I'm the owner of Learn Reiki Philadelphia. If you want to know more about my online Reiki classes, community Discord, crystal shop, or social media, all of that stuff is in the description, along with the regular days and times that I do go live. The style of Reiki that I work with is known as Usui Reiki, which is named after this method's founder in early 1920s Japan. But it's based on much more ancient principles, all the way back to the indigenous faith of Japan, which is Shintoism. And in Shintoism, one of the major concepts is that everything is interconnected and everything has a soul. Out of that understanding of overlap and interconnectedness between nature and people and everything is that what we put out, what we bring in, there's an ebb and a flow there, and that there are many different energies or spirit kind of energies in the world around us. And when I say spirit energy, I don't mean like in the West that would sound almost like deceased person. Not that. More like spiritual, of a god or goddess like, in a sense. This is like a non-religious way of looking at the spiritual side of life and spiritual energy. This spiritual energy, Reiki, translates to spiritually guided soul energy. When I use that term, it's a very general term for the energy, which you don't need any training or anything like that to connect with. It's flowing through you right now. Your body, mind, and spirit know exactly how to work with it and find balance within yourself. Additionally, we always have access to this. It's flowing through us right now, even if we don't know about it or how to consciously use it. On a very subconscious level, we deeply understand how to work with this energy. Essentially, what I'll be doing today is connecting with this source energy that all of us have access to and directing more of it to you to support your greatest healing good, whatever that happens to look like for you. So during your session, you may feel things physically in your body. You may feel emotions coming up. You may feel intuitions coming up, or even just your kind of like the back of your mind and subconscious speaking to you. Whatever comes up, I encourage you to just experience it. You don't have to keep your mind silent. You don't have to focus on anything. Simply get into the most comfortable position you can find and be, and I'll take care of the rest. If you do feel distracted or like your mind is racing, just take a deep breath. I'll send Reiki to you for 25 minutes, and at the end, you'll hear my voice welcoming you back to take a deep breath and join me in chat if you'd like. And at that time, I would be more than happy to answer any questions you have. If you are watching this in the future, hello from the past, this energy will reach you whenever and wherever you happen to be, because we are all interconnected. So it doesn't matter how many miles or kilometers you are away from me or when you're watching this, the healing is there for you to accept no matter what. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and let you know that the music will get a little louder. And if you want to learn more about the creator of our music, go ahead and look in the description. You can find her channel here on YouTube anytime you like. And the lights will go down and gently and slowly move through several different colors, but please note that at no point will they flash or strobe. Thank you so much for being here. It's an honor and a privilege to be able to share this Reiki healing with you. And yeah, let's just get into it. So let's see what won our vote here. The blue one. Little bit of both, please. What does the red one do? This one, this is Mookite, which also goes by Australia Jasper. This helps with decision making and accepting change. But we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna bring in both crystals. We usually do. It usually ends up being a mixture of both. So Bloodstone is going to help with stamina and relieving self-doubt. I like to call it the emotional stuff hits the fan stone. And blue Kyanite, radical self-acceptance and understanding intuitive wisdom. So go ahead and get comfortable in any way that makes sense for you. Sit up, lay down, doesn't matter. If you end up falling asleep, that sounds great. Awesome. So there we go. We've got both of our friends there. There we go. And fantastic. So yeah, go ahead, get comfortable, close your eyes. I'm going to go ahead and begin the session. I'll see you in 25 minutes, which will put us at about 20 after. Awesome. Yeah, Fawn, welcome in. Welcome back, rather. We pretty much always use both stones. I think they pretty much always win. But yeah, go ahead, get cozy. I'll send until about, it's almost 8:55. So we'll go for about 20 after. So enjoy your session, and I will see you in 25 minutes. slowly come back to the space that you're in. Thank you so much for sharing this space with me. And if you have any questions or anything you'd like to share, go ahead and use the chat. You're so welcome, Grace. I'm so glad we made it through. It just seems to be just casual raining right now. Hope it stays that way. Though it is supposed to rain through Monday. You're very welcome, ABC. Very beautiful grid we all created together. Thank you all so much for being here. So my weekly stream days have shifted just slightly. I'll no longer be streaming 8 a.m. on Thursdays. Instead, I will be streaming at 10 a.m. on Tuesdays. So it'll be Tuesdays at 10 a.m., Wednesdays at 4 p.m., Fridays at 4 and 8 p.m., and Sundays at 8 p.m., and all of these are East Coast U.S. time. Thank you. I'm glad. Yeah, the healing energy tonight was, I think we all needed it. You're so welcome, Sarah. I'm currently fostering kittens for Paws, and they're living in my bathroom right now because I'm clearing them of ringworm as a sort of a foster helper volunteer effort, and I could hear them moving around and playing in the next room. I'm so glad, Margot. Yeah, please do come back anytime. Same to you, Lisa. Thank you. Yeah, so just remember new stream days and times. Tuesdays 10 a.m., Wednesdays 4 p.m., Fridays 4 and 8 p.m., Sundays 8 p.m. So I'll be here on Sunday. Oh, thank you. Yeah, believe me, they're adorable. There'll be more pictures of them up. There's some on the Instagram in our stories. The links are all in the description, but on Instagram, we're at Learn Reiki Philadelphia, and on TikTok, we are Learn Reiki. So there will be more videos. They've only been with me for about a week. Oh, thank you. I've been doing Reiki with shelter animals on and off for many years. It's something I truly love. But these guys are adoptable, so if any of you are local-ish, the two would need to go together, and the one would be able to be on her own, unless you want all three. They're named Dottie, Hattie, and Gertie. I did not name them, although Hattie is my grandmother's name. They're lovely, and they're sweeties. They tolerate me giving them their very, very smelly sulfur dips to get rid of their ringworm. So, yeah, right afterwards they come on up and they're purring, and I'm like, I don't know how you'd want to purr right now, but okay. But yeah, I'm gonna go tend to them. So with that, thank you all again so very much for being here, and thank you, Margot, for subscribing. If anyone would like to learn more about my online Reiki classes, social media, Discord, or Crystal Shop, all of that is linked in the description. and I will be back on Sunday at 8 p.m. So take care of yourselves, have a beautiful weekend, and I hope to see you again soon. Bye for now.